Yeah, so hey everyone, this is I'm Romie, and this is the review for The 100, Season 3, Episode 4, Watch the Throne. I love that title, by the way. So we jump right into this, and it starts off where you have Clarke. As we know, she's not being held captive, but it's one of those, you keep an asset, I keep an asset. Your asset is you're living, and I get to keep one of your people. And so Clarke is like the diplomat right now, and she needs to be there so that the bond or the Sky People are part of the 13 clan stays as it is. Now, we have this situation where Mount Weather was blown up. It was completely destroyed in the last episode. So now they're trying to get answers. It's like, the damn Ice Nation. The damn Ice Nation. And we know it was them. And, of course, they're trying to figure out how are they going to enact revenge. How are they going to possibly get revenge for Clarke and the Sky People, but not wage a full-out war. And it's weird because you have, of course, the Queen and her son both there, and they're speaking to Clarke's girlfriend. That's what I'm calling her, Clarke's girlfriend, because I don't know her name. And they're trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to spin this on them? We're going to go and say that she is not our commander. She is working with the enemy. And because she's working with the enemy, now we can't trust her. And, oh, so Lexa, that's her name. So Lexa's just like, let them speak. Yeah, so what do you want? What do you want to do? What's up? What's going on? She's like, alright, so you want to fight? It's like, yeah, I want to fight. But I'm not going to fight you personally. I'm going to have my son do it. I'm going to have the prince, the exiled prince. And as part of his reward, he will not be exiled anymore. He will be welcomed back into the Ice Nation. So that's the plan. And Clarke is just like, okay, that's alright. The dude's crazy, but who's going to fight him? Like Lexa's saying, me, I'm going to do it. Everyone's looking at her like, girl, we know we know you're a boss, but are you sure? Are you sure? Of course she's sure. She's Lexa. No. So we go back to where the Sky People, that's what I'm calling them now, the Sky People are. And Abby is talking with Charles and Marcus. And Marcus is all about that. We need to get revenge. My people were killed. 46 people who were mine, they were killed. We need to do this. We need to do that. What are you gonna do about it? Huh? I'm just like, Marcus, you are a good actor. You are a good actor because you're getting on my damn nerves right now. You're doing a little bit too much. You're doing a little bit too much. And of course, you have, no, I'm sorry, not Marcus, Charles. Charles is doing too much, and Marcus is just like, look, we need to calm down. We need to calm down. We need to be at peace. This is not war. We need to be at peace. And the other issue is there's 300 grounders who, again, they don't have weapons, but they're there to help protect the Sky People. Now, Charles and his people are like, you know what? We can't trust them. We can't trust them. Bellamy comes in because he wants to retire his post, and it's just like, I screwed up. Those deaths are on my hand. And he's like, no, those deaths are not on your hand. Those deaths are on all of our hands. And you have Jasper still being an ass, as he's been this whole season. I don't care if he's moping around. He needs to get over it. No, he doesn't need to get over it. He needs to grow up. This is wartime. Jasper was a boss in Season 1. He became even a bigger boss in Season 2. And Season 3... I'm just like, damn, what type of character development is this? And so you have a bunch of grounders who are coming in and need medical attention, and a lot of the Sky People aren't feeling it. They're not feeling it at all. So Clarke is meeting up with Lexa because Lexa wants to show Clarke her successor. And Lexa's all about, you know what? I know realistically I'm going to die soon. I know it. You can't tell me any differently. So it's just how it's going to be. Get over it. Clarke is like, no, you need to stand by your people. Why are you doing this? Why are you letting them go and do this? What's wrong with you? She's like, look, I have to. This is how it works. You either get with the program or you get cut. And no one's going to cut me unless we're in battle. I'm just like, oh, Lexa, Lexa, Lexa. But it's pretty messed up because the Ice Nation Prince, his mom is just like, you know what? You're going to do this. You're going to do this for me because this will restore your honor. You know it will restore your honor. And you need something like this. You need something like this. And Clarke goes and follows him. And she's just like, look, I have a plan. We need to go and take care of her. Take care of her as in his mom. No, actually, that's what he tells her. And I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with the show? Where's the loyalty? Where is the loyalty? But anyway, so they go and enact this damn plan. Long story short, Charles is actually kind of doing a funeral service for the people who died. And so as that's going on, you have these grounders come in. And Charles is pissed because he's like, why the hell are these grounders here? And a fight breaks out because one of Charles's people gets angry and throws a rock at Lincoln. I'm like, no, not at Lincoln. He's a good one, and Lincoln's about it. So you don't want to mess with him. And Lincoln, he goes outside and he has to regroup because he's just like, fall one day, get back up another. I know that's not what he said, but that's how I took it as. And again, you have Jasper just getting worse and worse. And Monty's looking at him like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? You have to mourn and then move on. You do have to move on. Come on now. And Octavia's tending to Lincoln's wounds. And she's just like, look, we need to get out of here. Forget all these people. It's just you and me and the Grounder people who are about peace and not about this BS. So Clarke meets with the Ice Queen and Ice Nation Queen. And it's very interesting because I'm like, what the hell is Clarke doing? She's not going up against Lexa. I know she's not going against Lexa. But Clarke tries to do this blood oath. And so she goes and cuts her hand. And showing, of course, with good faith. But Clarke has poison on her clothing. So she wipes the knife with it. I'm like, what the hell? I know she's cleaning the knife. But there was something about that that just seemed odd. And so the Ice Queen's successor came in and was like, hold up, hold up, hold up. It's a trap. It's a trap. And so she actually cuts her successor's hand and pours it all over Clarke's face. That probably looked really weird. But poured it all over Clarke's face. And so it was a sign. And she was just like, I've never seen blood like that. Why is the blood black? And she said, that's how it is when you're dealing with essentially someone's successor. Someone who's of the bloodline. It's tradition for the first commander to have that. And I'm like, okay, is there some magic thing going on? Because something is not right with these people. Maybe it's just some weird mutation that, because they're there and whatever. So Charles is talking to Bellamy and he's really gassing up Bellamy. He's like, yo, we need to do this. We need to do this. We need to go after those grounders. They can't be trusted, but I need you to get the guns. I have 10 good people. There's 300 people, but they don't have any weapons. And I'm like, wait a minute. So why the hell are you going after 300 people that don't have weapons? What threat are they to you? Really? Really, what threat are they to you? Oh, I hate Charles. I hate Charles. I just want to take a brick and go, oh, whoops, did that hit you? Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. So you have Lexa versus the Ice Prince, and the fight was good. I mean, this fight was good. And Clarke showed up because Clarke was like, you know, I'm not going to go and watch you die. Because Lexa was just like, if it happens, it happens. I'm like, okay. But Lexa puts up a good fight. And at first she's down. And then she gets back up. And then he's down. He gets back up. He goes and punches someone out, gets their spear. She goes and gets both of his swords at one point. I mean, the fight was good. But what happened at the end was really interesting because you have... I'm like, okay, they said someone must die. I remember that. Someone must die. She didn't say, and one must die out of the two. So I knew that the Ice Queen was done for. And now that she's dead, because Lexa took the spear that her son actually originally used to try to kill Lexa and threw it at her. And everyone's like, yeah, yeah, Prince, Hedda, because they're like, all right, Lexa, you are the queen. You are the queen by default, and the prince is now the king, and this is amazing. And then what's not amazing is Bellamy going off and trying to work with what's-his-face. Oh, damn, what's-his-face? That's that guy. Charles. He has his men, Bellamy gets the guns, and thankfully Lincoln's there to hold them off long enough. And Lincoln subdues one of them, like I said, long enough for the cavalry to come. And so they get arrested. And Charles is just like, look, show them what you did yesterday. And as we know, he got branded. He got branded. And so people are looking at him like, Smurf? What's going on there? I don't know if that's something that we can mess with, you know. And then someone gives the idea of, why don't you go and be put in the race for Chancellor? Yeah, let you be in the running, Charles. And it sucks that they said that. And then things get worse because Jasper went and took Finn's ashes. He took Finn's ashes and he was like, screw Clarke, screw Finn, they're both murderers as far as I'm concerned. And I'm like, okay, so what are you? What are you? It's all about survival of the fittest. Now, Finn went crazy, so I understand why you'd be mad at him. But Clarke did what she needed to do in order to protect all of you. All of you are ungrateful as far as what Clarke did. And when I say all of you, I mean the people who are revolting. You realize you'd all be dead if it wasn't for her. Come on now. Let's really think about this for a moment. But, oh, this is just a show. This is just a show. Anyway, so Monty's just like, you know what? I'm done with you. I'm done with you. We're not friends anymore. You can go and do what you need to do, and I'm cool. Jasper tries to follow him, but Jasper's drunk, and he falls, and Finn's ashes come out. And he's like, oh my god. He's like, I'm like, yes, break down, have your moment. You can have your moments and then move on, because that's what we need you to do. Have your moment and then move on. So that's essentially it. Well, at the end, you had Clarke with Lexa, who I call her girlfriend, because, come on, you can't tell me any different. And she was just like, all right, so how can you trust them? And she was just like, just as you said, you're doing what's right for your people. They're doing what's right for theirs. And she was like, all right. So she was like, okay, good night, Commander. And I was like, oh, so that's all? And then Lexa was like, all right, good night, Ambassador. I was like, oh. So Clarke's the new head honcho there. What a surprise. The show actually ends with Marcus going to Charles and saying the vote was not even close. Congratulations, Charles. You are the new Chancellor. Abby wasn't here for it, so she made sure not to be there. So Charles was like, you know what? First, I pardon the people that are here. I pardon them. I also saying, let's finish what we started as far as going and killing the grounders who were there. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty messed up. Come on now. Have a heart. Have a heart. I really hate Charles. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Let me know what you think about the show. Please like, comment, subscribe. I do this review every week for this show and for a host of other shows. So look out for my other shows. Subscribe so that you can see all of them. And that's it.